How many times have every single one of you told yourself that this year is going to be different? How many of you guys have lost opportunity because you listen to your friend or you listen to that one person who likes to see you win, but not to do better than that? Or possibly that one naysayer that always keeps you down. I've been there. Wow, oh wow, guys. That was insane. Now, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Guys, this is Paul Alex, founder of merchantautomation.com. So, for this live training, guys, as you guys know, Facebook ended up actually getting rid of the connection between actually being able to stream Facebook Live, guys. So, if you guys are watching this right now, you guys are seeing the real deal. I mean, this is what happens when you run a business, guys. And it's already nighttime, as you guys can see. You guys can't even see, the backyard in the background. But that doesn't matter. We're here, guys. We're here. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and continue with tonight's lessons. We're going to be ahead and we're going to actually talk about how you guys can start with your first credit card machine. So if you're brand new to us, welcome. If you haven't checked out any of our guides, any of our mini courses, or any of our free resources, we love to help folks out, guys. So go ahead and comment resources down in the comments below if you guys want to take advantage of the free resources to actually start in this credit card machine business, guys. Now, it's been a phenomenal week. We've done multiple podcasts, multiple live interviews with a lot of influential consultants, but also other business owners in the space of merchant services, guys. And it has been very humbling to see the actual ripple effect that we are doing with merchant automation, guys. And what do I mean by the ripple effect? Well, here's a key takeaway, guys, when I'm talking about this. I'm talking about what would you guys rather have? And here's the question of the night, okay? Because we're going to end our night in a good night. So let me ask you, if I was to give you two options, what would you guys pick? And I want some engagement with you guys. Would you guys pick $1 million or would you pick $10,000 in residual income month after month for the rest of your life? What would you guys want to do? $1 million cash up front or $10,000 in residual income for the rest of your life? Go ahead. I want to see what you guys are going to pick down below, guys. I'm checking out your guys' comments right now. And this is a reason why I'm asking, guys, okay? It's going to be a very powerful reason. We're going to see how people's mindset will actually think when it comes to actually generating cash flow and building wealth. I want every single one of you guys to actually go ahead and put your 2 cents in there. And the reason why, because it's very important for every single one of us to learn what exactly is important to us and what is going to make us happy in life. And before I go ahead and get started with the first lesson, if you've never heard me speak, if you don't even know my background, if you don't know who I am, guys, my name is Paul Alex. I am a average guy, 9-to-5er that was in law enforcement, corporate sales, and then I ended up becoming a full entrepreneur in the past 4 years. I've actually started my own businesses, multiple businesses for the past 7 years now, but everything started as a side hustle, guys. Yes, a side hustle where I actually build residual income with very simple businesses, just like credit card terminals, just like ATMs. And ultimately, I was able to have that vehicle of residual income that made me financially free. Now, I get the question all the time, Paul, did you become a multi-millionaire by going ahead and starting your first simple business that builds you residual income? And I tell folks all the time, I've even been on the news, and I have said this to the national public, guys. I was already a millionaire because of real estate. My net worth was already over $1 million as a police officer, working a regular 9-to-5. So I was officially already a millionaire before I even started my first side hustle. What my side hustle did, and this is the key takeaway, guys, this is the important lesson that comes into this, is that even though I might have been making $250,000 working 80 to 100-hour work weeks as a police detective for 7 years. And even though I already had generated enough net worth because of the real estate deals that I have been doing since the age of 22, even though I had all of that, I was still working, guys. I still had to work because it was active income. And this is why residual income is so powerful, because when you really think about it, okay, are you truly free if there's no cash flow coming in if you stop working today? And that was the dilemma that I faced in law enforcement, guys. I was part of a regional task force. I was the sole officer from my department. A critical incident happened that almost wiped out half of my team during this operation that I was leading. That day changed my life, guys. Why? Not because simply that I almost died, not because we had to save my coworker's life, but because simply that day when I got home after that almost 24-hour day shift, after a critical incident like that, I sat down and I really thought, how would it affect my family? How would it affect my mom, my sisters, my stepdad, my dog, my spouse at that time? How would it affect everyone else besides me? That's what I was worried about. That's my why. Is my family, everybody that I love being around, what I do this for, day in, day out, right? So when it comes down to it, if you guys are trying to be rich, that's cool. That's awesome. I love that for you. But the true goal in life should be to building assets that are going to make you guys financially free. That's the name of the game, guys, because just like Warren Buffett says, if you're not making money while you're sleeping, you will die working. That's the reality. That was my reality, guys. So I went ahead and I went and actually started building simple businesses to go ahead and cover my bills. What did that do for me, guys? And this is a key takeaway here. This is super important. What it did for me, it allowed me to now stop working 80 to 100-hour work weeks. And instead, I was able to go ahead and reduce my work hours to only 40 hours a week. And I know for some of you guys, you're like, Paul, you're still working a full-time job. And I was. But here's the thing, guys. That's the way I was raised. I was raised by a wonderful single mother that used to work 18 hours at the Four Seasons Hotel as a housekeeper when me and my sisters were just little kids. I used to have a mother, a single mother that came from another country to live her American dream of building her family here in American soil. And then after 18 hours every single day, would come home late at night, wake us up, and say, guys, I'm going to make you your guys' favorite spaghetti. We would call it green spaghetti with little pieces of steak. That's the type of person that raised me to become a hard worker. And that's all I knew my entire life. So the fact that I still worked 40 hours, it was a breeze. But now I had the mindset that if I could become financially free as a police officer, be a millionaire, what else am I capable of to continue and build a legacy to become the first multimillionaire in my family? Because I had already broken a lot of limiting beliefs that my mom had, that my sisters had, that my entire generation had, that my entire family already had. So when you guys think about this, don't think about just making the money. It goes deeper. What do you guys want to leave for your legacy? What do you guys want to set as an example for your kids? How do you want to make your parents proud of you? Do you want your parents to say, yeah, he's rich, but he still has to work? Yeah, he has $100,000 watch. I have no watch today, but he still has to work. Yeah, he has a $100,000 car outside, but he still has to go to the 9 to 5. Guys, nowadays, people value the wrong things. And trust me, I've been there, I've done that. I've had my fun. But at the end of the day, as you grow, you have to grow inside and in here. And this is why I always say self education is the number one skill and asset that no one can ever take away from you, even if you were to lose everything today. All right, guys? So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start off with the first lesson. Guys, let's go jump to December of 2022. December 22, let me paint the picture for you guys. We had just built a multiple 8-figure company. We were still based out of San Diego in California. And currently we were about 30 employees deep. This was with one of my earlier companies, atmtogether.com. And as we had built this phenomenal company that has helped thousands of people nationwide and in Canada, we got approached by some phenomenal entrepreneurs out of Los Angeles, California, that already has done over 18 years of great, phenomenal work in the United States. They have already helped thousands of people actually build residual income with merchant services, okay? And merchant services is just simply credit card terminals. That's all it is. It's just fancy lingo that they use in the industry. So now they approached me and they go ahead and they're like, Paul, we love what you did within the ATM industry. We love the way that you took digital marketing and you shared your story, you share your passion of helping people. We want to build this phenomenal program that's going to change the world. And I was like, how are you going to do that, man? Because I already see these credit card terminals in every single store. So here's the pitch. And this is what they pitched, okay? They said, imagine, Paul, if you had your restaurant for 20 years, inflation's going through the roof, you can barely afford employees, overhead costs through the roof, you're spending thousands of dollars paying to allow your customers to use Amex, Visa, MasterCard. Okay, I'm like, all right, I'm with you. But what if I came in as the hero? What if I came to the hero and I told you, Paul, what are you currently paying right now? I would tell you something like, I'm paying currently $1,200 for credit card processing fees. Well, Paul, if I was to save you 100% of the $1,200 a month, would that change your life? And I'm thinking, it wouldn't change it dramatically, but it is a nice savings. Okay, well, let's paint the picture even further. What if we were to save you over $12,000 a year? How would that affect your life? That's actually a pretty nice chunk of change. What if we were to save you over $36,000 the next 3 years? What would $36,000 extra do to your bottom line? Could that help you with taxes? Do you have kids that have to go to college? Do you have to go buy a new car? Yeah, I could use the money for that. Brick and mortar shops all over the United States right now and in Canada are getting hit. Why? Inflation. Cost of supplies are going up, guys. It's very hard for mom and pop shops to stay in business nowadays. No one thinks about this. Why? COVID changed the world. COVID changed so many lives for good and bad. But let me show you exactly why COVID is empowering every single person who's taking advantage of this business right now. Uber Eats. How many of you guys use it? Let's be transparent here. I'm even going to raise my hand. Just go ahead and give me a thumbs up. How many of you guys have used Uber Eats? You guys use a food delivery service. You guys use, what is it? Instacart. You guys have used CVS Drop-Off. You guys have used Amazon Prime food delivery. Any of those food deliveries, guys, there's an added fee to every single convenience service since COVID happened, guys. These tech companies came and they saw the opportunity. When the whole world was shut down and millions of people lost their jobs, lost their actual light at the end of the tunnel, there were these massive companies that deployed these convenience offers. These convenience offers trained every single one of us, believe it or not, to actually pay without thinking anymore about convenience. Think about that. And that goes with everything you do in life now. So now, since COVID, any convenience offer that you have out there, if it's faster, easier, and simpler, you will win. That's just the name of the game, guys. Like it or not, old school or not, trust me, I'm old school. But I see for what it is, okay? Now, how is it that we are able to leverage this new mindset of thinking about convenience? Well, for several years in credit card processing, okay, it has been the norm for merchants, business owners to go ahead and actually think that they have to cover credit card processing fees, guys, that they have to do cost of doing business, because there was this unheard of rule. As a business owner, it was only right to cover that cost for your customer. But think about that, guys. Why do people go into business for themselves? To make money. To make money. They don't do it to work for free. If that was the case, there are many jobs out there that pay a whole lot of money, but people rather work double, triple what they would work at a 9 to 5 to work for themselves. Why? Because they don't work for anyone else. So, how do we help all these business owners now? We help all these business owners by saving thousands of dollars every single year by wiping the credit card fees and helping the mom and pop shop in the United States and in Canada. We're coming in as the hero, and you're going to get paid for it. How do you get paid? Let's talk about the business, okay? We're switching it around. So now the system that's being implemented is you are having the merchant charge their client. They giving the client the option. What's happening in the United States and what's been happening since COVID, a lot of the higher end restaurants I've noticed, okay, because I'm a big foodie, and a lot of these different stores and businesses have already been adding the surcharge fee to the actual bill on the receipt without clients knowing. Now, I don't know if you guys didn't know this. That is illegal. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to actually give you an advisement to actually tell you, hey, we're going to go ahead and add the convenience fee. Do you want to pay it? Or we're going to go ahead and give you the option to pay cash so you don't have to go ahead and get hit with the convenience fee. Little did I know, when I started learning about this program and this opportunity that has already changed over 450 lives since February of last year, because we decided to take imperfect action. And me, I was just like, hey, man, we're going to go ahead and change the world with this. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal opportunity. So what did we do? What did we do as business-minded individuals, okay, that come from bootstrap companies, meaning that we invest our own money into businesses. We know how it is. We never take angel investments, guys. We don't take on investors. We use our own money to start our businesses. We went ahead and we launched our own merchant services business. And within a 90-day span, okay, we had 60 locations. After 180 days, we had doubled that. How were we able to do this, guys? The reason why we were able to do this, number one, if it wasn't for our mentors and our business partners that have been in the industry for 18 years, this is what we call leverage. This is why I'm a big believer in actually investing in self-education and also proximity. Proximity is what's going to change your life. Being in the proximity of the right people that think at a different level, that move in a different level, that act in a different level, that bring positivity at a different level will change the way that you live. They will impact your life to go ahead and actually have you do better. You know why? Because you will be embarrassed to act the way you do as your old self. You're going to want to level up so hard that you're going to say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to level up. And that's why I like to get in uncomfortable rooms, guys. I always tell people this. I like to get into the room where I'm the brokest millionaire in there. You know why? Because by next year, I will not be the brokest millionaire. I will have forced myself to level up. Probably not to be the best, but I'm not going to be the brokest millionaire. Guarantee you. But I do this every single year. Why? Because you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, guys. Once again, let me repeat that for you. You have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. Many of you guys are probably over here like, damn, that's some real shit. That's reality, guys. That is reality. How many times have every single one of you told yourself that this year is going to be different? How many of you guys have lost opportunity because you listen to your friend or you listen to that one person who likes to see you win, but not to do better than that? Or possibly that one naysayer that always keeps you down. I've been there. I've listened to them for years. I stopped listening to them several years ago. And when I stopped listening to them several years ago, guess what happened in my life? I had an abundance. I built an abundance of wealth. I built an abundance of happiness. I built an abundance of good people. That's what has happened, guys. That's what has happened. I understand. And this is coming from a person that has a big heart. I have a big heart, guys. I love to help out people because I've been in different situations. I've mingled with different groups. I've lived different lives. But when I tell you this, guys, you have to separate yourself from the wrong people. You have to separate yourself from people that are not going to allow you to level up. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much you've grown up with them, no matter how much that you've had those good times with them. You know what I call that? I call that the Al Bundy syndrome. I call that the Al Bundy syndrome. How many of you guys have seen Married with Children? How many of you guys have seen Married with Children? I know I'm aging myself. Married with Children was this old school show with the star of the show, very funny character. He would always talk about the good old days. He would always talk about, you remember when I was a big football star back in high school? And in every single episode, he would talk about that. Well, back in the day, I used to be, the captain of the football team 20 years ago. And he lived that moment of glory for the next 20 years to live a horrible life that he didn't like. As funny as that sitcom was, it was actually pretty sad when you think about it as an adult. How many people do we know that are like that? I know several. I know several. When me and my close friends, we don't talk about the little things that goes wrong in life. We talk about solutions. We talk about the future. We talk about how can we go ahead and make our next 10, $100 million. Those are the conversations every single one of you guys should be having. Every single one of you guys should have the vision of how it is to become financially free. Because I had the vision of becoming financially free with my simple business back in the last 2 years when I was still in law enforcement. That's what I call stage one. Stage one is where you want to become financially free. Stage one is the boring work of actually having to self-educate yourself to something that makes you uncomfortable because your entire life you've been around an environment of people that conform to being normal and average. And I'm sorry if I'm waking you guys up right now, but I feel very passionate about what I speak because I speak things into existence. So as I speak, I hope I speak it into your existence because I've been able to speak it into my existence. I've been able to speak it into every single person that comes into my life existence. And I think that's my gift. My gift to you is just the power of speech. So if you guys take advantage of following the exact blueprint that someone who is already successful in exactly what you want to do, you guys cannot fail. It is guaranteed that you guys cannot fail. The only way that you fail, the only way that you could become and say, man, I really lost, is if you quit. But if you continue, you are continuing to build yourself up. Because if it was easy, anyone would do this. If it was easy, you would have everybody driving Lamborghinis. You would have everybody driving Ferraris. You would have everybody living in their dream house. But unfortunately, it takes hard work and commitment to get what you want in life. So the blueprint that I'm giving you guys right here, this right here, cash discount program is only being used less than 5% still in 2024. What does that mean? That means that 95% of the United States is currently still paying for credit card processing fees. So when I'm telling you this, I'm giving you the open door to an opportunity of a lifetime. This open door for you, if you wish to accept it, could change your life, not only your life, but actually the actual path to your entire bloodline if you choose to. But that's up to you. But when you think about this is the opportunity. Are you going to take it? That's what you want to ask yourself. You want to see if you're the right fit. If this makes sense, then just get to work. That's it, okay? So, how do you land your first actual location?